Hi everyone, today I want to do just a catch-up video, just a little chit chat, and just to let you know what I'm up to and what are the plans for the summer. Okay, so first of all, thanks so much to all of the new subscribers and those that have been with me for a while. I actually realized I haven't had a chance yet to say thank you for the 3,000 that we hit a few weeks ago, and as of today it's almost 3,300, so I'm very thankful for every one of you, and yeah, I'm happy that you feel good watching my videos and that you learn so much. And I'm trying to, well, I'm not trying, I'm actually doing what feels natural to me. So if I feel like watercoloring, that's what I will do. If I feel like scrapbooking or journaling, again, that is what I will do. And as an artist, you always have to find some sort of inspiration within different fields. You can't, well, I personally cannot just do watercoloring and feel constantly inspired. I feel I need to jump off somewhere to get that inspiration, and it could be from some really interesting scrapbooking floral paper that I see some flowers on, or and just going off and doing something slightly different, and that will then inspire me to create something in watercolors. So I feel that you always have to keep your mind open to see and to take in the beauty around us. So for those of you who are subscribed to my channel just for watercolors, you have plenty of videos to watch, and if you don't like scrapbooking, you don't have to watch it. If you don't like whole videos, you don't have to watch it. It always clearly states in the video title what the video is going to be about, so you're very welcome to just skip those videos that you know you will not like. I will not go into sort of, you know, negative comments and things like that, just because they're not worth my time, and they're not worth of the time of my viewers who are there for me and who are supportive and who enjoy my work. And we are there for one another, and if some people are not happy, they should get on their bike and find something that they like elsewhere. I'll just leave it at that, because it is very important for me to keep this space as positive as it can be. I actually started reading this psychology book, and I really used to be into that stuff, and I'm trying to kind of get back into that a little bit, like yoga, meditating, you know, all of that good stuff that keeps you nice and balanced. So started reading this book where it actually talks about you know, negative language or communication, how certain people choose to be negative and choose to say you know, inappropriate stuff or disrespectful things, and they kind of think they have the right to express their opinions and things like that. But you know, really you have to think before you type something, regardless whether it's on your phone to your friend, someone who you actually know in real life, or to your family member, or to someone who you don't know and it's online. And you just need to take that second to think about what you are putting out there, because what that book says, and it's a very interesting thing, is that it doesn't, you know, the person that communicates that negativity, that very strong pain that they have, is their pain, is their sort of insecurities that they carry around them. It has nothing to do with the channel or with anything that they are communicating it to, because at the end of the day, you know, and those of us who find a video or find a book or find a film that we watched and we don't like it, we don't have that agonizing need to go out there and tell it to the producer, to the director, to the artist, to the creator, look, you know, this was so and so, and you know, and just kind of really be offensive. We don't do that, because there is no need to do that. We feel happy, we feel good, and you know, we will just move on to something else. We'll skip that video that we don't enjoy. There is no need for us to write something unpleasant just because that's not who we are. So I hope you know, most of my viewers are on the same wavelength, and yeah. So let's move on to the next subject. So today is going to be, like I said, just a little catch-up video here and there, but a little bit about everything really. One of the latest things that I received, and it's been on my desk for a while now, are those stamps. And because they came sort of separately, I ordered them on Amazon. They came as the last piece from the order. So I couldn't really show you, and you know, I thought I'll just include it today. It's from Heidi Swapp, and it's the memory planner, and I really like it because it's quite sort of modern and trendy looking, and I like the size of them. I didn't actually realize how small they are. They are super cute. So some of the things it says: bring on the weekend, boss bay, party time, Friday, some stars, and so I'll take it out just to show you. Day off, let's run away, goals, yes, little heart here. So just, you know, cute little things that you can add to your journals. And so I thought you might like to see that. In case you're interested, I'll try to leave the links below. Now let's talk about the portable painter. So if you have been for a while with me, you know that I love this palette, and I have been using it a lot, and predominantly I created this color palette for floral watercolors. And you know that I also created recently this face palette. And so this one has 18 colors, and the portable painter has 12 colors. And because I really am enjoying sort of the colors in this palette, I haven't been using the portable painter, but that's not to say that I'm not liking the colors anymore, and that, you know, I will not be using it. I might just pick it up any day and start using it again, but it's just that I've been using it a lot. As you can see, I hit the bottom of the pans on some of those. So yeah, it's just I'm taking a little break, but like I said, I don't know you know, when I might feel like using it again. Could be tomorrow, it could be today even. So that's that. One thing that I have actually realized is that I would probably either wait until these two colors are finished or swap them, because they're super staining. So it's the peacock blue, which is like a phthalo blue, and a phthalo green here, a viridian. So both of them are by Magnolia, and they're so staining. They're very hard to lift, and yeah, so I realized that, you know, I would prefer something else. And in fact, I have, let me just get, and in fact I have in this palette included a phthalo green, which is sort of this one, and it's kind of in between of them two really, and it works out perfectly because I don't need two. I can just use this one, and it's the Daniel Smith Ultramarine Turquoise. And the great thing is that it is non-staining, so you can play around with it, and you can you know, use it for the color mixing, which is, it's quite a good color to have anyway. So yeah, that's just to let you know what's happening here. Now the other thing that I'm thinking of doing, well, first of all, I will be recording a lot of videos in the next coming weeks, because I will be taking a little break and going with Mason to see my parents, and just having a few weeks break and rest. You know, I hardly ever get any rest with the little one. Basically what I want to do is I want to create another little palette to take with me. So this is a mint box which I bought just in a like a market shop, and I don't remember how many colors I counted fit in here. I think 16 if I'm not mistaken, or 14 or 16 half pans fit in here, and I am thinking of loading a few more colors and just taking these two with me on the vacation, and yeah, and just kind of load colors in here that would be my favorite colors. And it might be that some of the colors are repeated, which I don't think I mind, because, you know, if I'm staying away for a few weeks, I want to make sure that I have enough watercolor with me. And if I have some doubles, then that's good anyway. Yeah, so someone from the comments, by the way, I'm trying to catch up with all comments because I haven't had a chance to respond to comments in almost a month now. I tried to respond to some, and then I have to go back almost a month to catch up with everything. But I remember reading one of the comments was someone requested to see my favorite watercolors, what they are. So I thought that's a good thing to do, because by now I definitely have some you know, favorite watercolors which I can't imagine ever not using. So what I might do is just load this palette with my top favorite watercolors. Now, speaking of which, I have ordered 2 more Daniel Smith watercolors, and this one is the Duochrome Cactus flower, and it's supposed to be a very beautiful duochrome, which you can mix in with other watercolors or just use as an accent glazing on top of your existing illustration. And then the other one I have gone with is the lavender. Now that's from a new color, I think it was from 2017 release, and I was contemplating it before, but right now, oh my gosh, there is something about this color which really is lurking and speaking out to me. So it's a perfect kind of wisteria color, or like a lavender color, or let's see, you know, those little blooms like rosemary flowers, anything like that. And I'm actually really drawn to this sort of like a bluish purpley kind of color. There's also a color that they came out with called Wisteria, but it's I think a bit more pinker, and this particular color is what I'm after. Yeah, so I'm very excited to have it. I'm also after a color like a cornflower or periwinkle blue, something like that. So a bit more bluish, but sort of that kind of white blue. So do let me know if you know any brands that do that type of a blue. And yeah, I haven't swatched them yet. They literally arrived this morning, so I'm quite excited to try them out, and something tells me that they probably will be included in this palette just because they're very interesting. Okay, so that's that. What else? Last thing. So as I touched on, you know, getting your inspiration from different places and be open to any creative anything that happens around us. The obvious, of course, would be going to galleries, but you can walk down the street and see some front garden and see some interesting flowers. You can see a color combination that someone used. You can see new patterns or shapes on wallpapers, on fabrics. Just, you know, it's just be open to those things, and you will welcome very interesting ideas. You will see that your mind will just open up and kind of start creating these kind of new art that you're not familiar with. So I have shown you this boy illustration. There is actually a video of a watercolor illustration that I have done. This was just a quick sketch, and I have said to you a couple of times that I do quite like Tim Burton style, and that, you know, I can see a little bit of Tim Burton, that sort of darkness of his illustrations in mine, and I really like it because I think, you know, it's just, I don't know, the style speaks out to me. So I thought I'll show you a couple of my favorite illustrations from this Tim Burton book. And this book I had probably for a good, I don't know, 5-6 years maybe. And yeah, so this book is basically talking about his art as a filmmaker and as a painter, illustrator, and all of that. So there are some scenes from the films. There's quite a bit to read. Obviously, Edward Scissorhands, so that was his vision of Edward Scissorhands. And okay, so a couple of illustrations. There aren't that many illustrations, but what I find always really interesting is that I want to know what the artist uses for his illustrations. So for example, this one here is ink and colored pencils on paper, and this one is ink, watercolor, and crayon on paper. So I'm just going to show you a couple because this isn't a book flip through. Like I said, this book is not that big and there aren't that many illustrations. So this is a very funny illustration and probably one of my favorite in terms of sense of humor. It's called Madeira, and it obviously represents the mother figure. And I do feel like this on most days, I have to say. That crazy multitasking that we have to do. A brush and some watercolors are missing here, but other than that, it's pretty accurate replication of a life of a mother, I'd say. And yeah, a few more here. So this one is quite funny as well. So there's always dark sense of humor in his illustrations, and I just love his drawing. It's just so beautiful. I find it very beautiful. And then a few more here, and probably another one of my favorite from this book is this one, which is Alice in Wonderland. So this one is ink and colored pencil on paper. So that kind of sketchy look. As you know, I love that fine line for drawing. I haven't actually looked at this book for a very long time, but I thought I'll just share that with you anyway. So yeah, I think I touched on everything, and I hope you're having a lovely time wherever you are. Keep positive, keep painting. Never ever listen to anything negative that is being said about your art. Just look the opposite direction and continue and keep going strong, because at the end of the day you are going to get somewhere. You are going to create some wonderful art. On that note, keep positive, keep creating, and see you soon.